Welcome back everyone, this is part 3 on What If boboiboy and His Friends Were in My Hero Academia Chapter 5. The first day of their entrance exam had finally arrived. The 5 best friends were having a chill breakfast in their new home. 2 of the 5 were exceptionally excited about the written exam on that day. Yay, exam. Are you guys ready? Fine I guess Gopal excitedly responded. Cheer up, Gopal. I know Japanese is hard, but as long as we try, it'll be worth it, said boboiboy, trying to cheer up his so-called best friend. Easy for you to say. You're already good at Japanese, shot Gopal towards his best friend. It's not easy relearning everything in Japanese, hehe. I'm sure you'll do great, guys. We should start walking there now or we're going to be late, exclaimed Ying to all her friends. When Present Mick had come the day prior, he had told them to come to UA and head to Principal Nezu's office before 8:15 am for the exam. Furthermore, he explained that their exams would be split into 2 days. The first day would be the written exam, while the second day would be the practical exam. The gang left their house at 7:3 am and arrived at 8:0 am, a 30-minute walk from home to school. They noted, maneuvering through the halls of the school in an attempt to look for the principal's office on their own. They found it all to be quiet and lifeless. Yaya concluded that class must have started for it to be so quiet. Upon entering Principal Nezu's office, they were happily greeted and thanked for arriving early by the principal. He then began to explain how their exams would go. The first day, on that day, would be the written exam with 6 subjects split into 2 sessions with 3 hours on the clock, each and an hour break in between for a lunch break served by their chef. And the second day, the following day, would be the practical exam. The rundown for it would be revealed that morning before it starts as to keep it a surprise. The 5 understood and were brought to an empty room with few desks set up. They all got their own seat and began answering the questions. Every hour, a different teacher watched over them to make sure no funny business was going on. Ying and Yaya glared at each other throughout the whole exam, which led to one of the teachers, a gray blocky guy, building a wall between them both to stop the continuous bickering. The 2 finished both sessions the quickest. On the other hand, boboiboy and Fang were going at a far slower pace compared to the girls. Boboiboy would light up when he sees an easy question to answer, while Fang was more answering the papers with the face of someone who doesn't want to but had to for the sake of his team. Gopal, he tried cheating and peeking others, but he ended up getting walled off from the others, his biggest regret that year. The next day, they came early again, but this time, Principal Nezu was joined by both Aizawa and Present Mick. Principal Nezu soon started explaining the details of the practical exam. The practical exam you'll be taking today is an upgraded version of the original entrance exam that was taken by first years before the semester started, as we found it flawed. With that in mind, let's start the briefing. The principal began. The 5 of you will be split into 2 teams. Each team will do the exam in their own replica of a city. There will be 15 minutes on the clock. For the first 5 minutes, you will be collecting points by taking down villain robots. There are 3 types of villain robots, each scoring 1, 2, and 3 points. These robots will be all over the city and everyone will be scored individually for this part. Present Mick then continued the rundown, and for the second part, for 10 minutes, you will be battling against a special enemy as a team in your own city. Your objective is to capture the enemy with these cuffs or have half of your team successfully escape through the main exit. He showed the cuffs to them, and for your teams, boboiboy and Ying will be together while Fang, Gopal and Yaya will be a team. Aizawa continued, both teams will be facing different special enemies and will be evaluated in all aspects. Now that's everything explained. Please follow Present Mick to the examination battle centers. Principal Nezu ordered. Aizawa, shall we head to the observation room? Battle center. Boboiboy and Ying. Han, Wei, Boboiboy, race you to the middle of the city, hehe. Ying challenged and ran off, leaving Boboiboy behind. Oh, you're on. Come back here, you cheater. Boboiboy went to chase after the girl, but in the end, she still won. But there's something interesting here. Boboiboy transformed into his first-tier lightning element, without changing the color of his clothes, only his cap tuned around. I guess he practiced it for this world. They both then started collecting points for the exam. Ying was running up to each robot and bashing them with her speed kicks, destroying them all one by one. Boboiboy was running around and zapping the robots as he run past them by, puncturing lightning christened to them, electrocuting them all dead. Both dodged any incoming attacks easily with their amazing speed. Battle Center. Fang, Gopal and Yaya. Han, oh, that's the horn. Bye guys. Yaya flew off at high speed to the middle of the city. Hey I'll be sure to get the highest points, higher than boboiboy. Shadow Eagle. Fang summoned his Shadow Eagle and got onto it. Now, fly. Fang flew off to a different direction than Yaya so he could get the maximum amount of robots in an area. Now that the two of them left right off the bat, it left us in a lone Gopal sulking. This is not fair. All of you can fly or go fast. The lonely Gopal went in his own direction. Every time he ran into a robot, he gets scared and subconsciously increase his power level, run away, and automatically activates his power and shoots at it. Gopal basically runs and fight for his life like a headless chicken. Yaya flew around and punched the robots. Whenever she finds a lot of them near each other, she would just increase the gravitational pull of the area to destroy them. Fang and two of his shadow creature, the eagle and the tiger, ran or flew around attacking all the robots they detect. All in all, they're very much holding back their full power potential. Boboiboy could have switched elements, and since he was preventing his clothes from changing, his powers are also weaker than normal. That's why he made Lightning Chris to shock the robots. Ying only used the usual speed, no supersonic, same goes with Yaya for her punches. Fang could have summoned the whole jungle if he wanted to, since it's technically not his tier 2, but he stuck with only 2 at a time. Gopal was the only one indifferent to his normal self, other than the fact that he used taught Kasa's teachings unknowingly. Observation room. They're strong but playful while fighting these robots. I wonder why that is, Principal commented before sipping his tea. This is a test. If they don't get serious in the second part, I won't be accepting them in my class, even if I'm forced to. I don't need any more problem children. Aizawa spilled his distaste. That girl, Yaya, during the Ush attack, she had already shown me that they're a stubborn bunch with high heroic spirits like Midoriya. Flashback, the Ush incident. Ugh. Aizawa was slammed into the ground with his elbow injured, but then suddenly the creature was thrown away and someone flew over to him. Equals, sir, are you okay? Huh? Kid, stand down. This is not your fight. Aizawa noticed that the kid was trying to help him even if he didn't understand her, but she was endangering herself by being there, near that creature. Oh, we're not standing down. The kid seemed to realize the language barrier and switched to Japanese. Your students are in danger and you yourself is severely hurt. Hang on. The girl lifted Aizawa up and he attempted to retaliate. Hey kid, put me down. That thing's not your fight. I'm not putting you down. You're staying with your students while we take that thing down. Flashback ended. Even so, they were so much more capable than what I first thought of them. Weak, troublesome, hero wannabe kids. I'm sure they're stronger than what they're showing right now considering who their guardian is. Battle Center. Boboiboy and Ying. 5 minutes have passed. Special enemy has been released. Present Mick shouted. Hey, Ying, are you ready? Boboiboy asked the girl secretly through their watch's voice call. Yeel. Suddenly smoke began covering the whole city, disrupting their view of the surrounding area. Ying, where are you? I'm pretty sure I was just down the street from you. Head over to me. I'm inside a building. We need to regroup. We don't know what our enemy is, what they're capable of, and where they are. Be there in a sec. Ying ran and went inside the building. What surprised them was that mere seconds after the closed, a bullet was shot right where she was outside the door. Ah, that almost hit me. Shoot, they know our position, and probably can see through the smoke since they're using a gun. This is dangerous. We definitely can't blindly run to the exit or try to look for them. We'll get attacked for sure. We're done for. Battle Center. Fang, Gopal and Yaya switch POV. Fang and Yaya were hanging around when Present Mick announced the beginning of the second part. Gopal was on his way to them as they spoke. Ooh, I wonder what our enemy is like, Yaya wondered. I hope it's nothing like those weak robots. Gopal finally arrived and was panting from his run. You okay, Gopal? The floating girl? Asked the boy worriedly. What's wrong with you? Fang asked with disinterest. Hey, it's tiring running around using my own defeat. It's not like you two would understand anyways. Gopal side-eyed them both. I wonder where our enemy is. Yaya continued to wonder. Looking around, I think it's that guy. Gopal pointed. Suddenly liquid shot out of the guy's mouth, shaping into clones of him. Even Boboiboy doesn't do it like that. Heh, this is easy. Does everyone know what to do? Fang asked his teammates. The two nodded determinedly. Then attack plan 7B 3.3 is a go. Just like that, they're all off to separate directions to prepare for the attack. Observation room. Ah, these three are already on the move. The principal smiled. They seem to already made a plan. A very quick one. That it? Or am I analyzing this a bit too quickly? They look very confident in their quick plan. no hesitation at all. But these two, however, seemed cornered and panicked. I wonder how they're getting out of this. Battle center. Fang, Gopal and Yaya. Everyone ready? Fang asked through their watches and got a ready from the other two. He quickly sent a message on his watch before telling the others to start the attack now to create a distraction for them. Fang squished and squeezed the clones using his shadow fingers and hands. Gopal threw scraps of metal that he had turned into crackers and retransformed them back to metal while it was still flying in the air. Yaya punched the clones one by one until she found one that didn't turn to mush after impact like the others. Guys, I think I found the real guy. Equals the girl shouted and made the gravitational pull stronger around the man as to keep him in place. Then Fang wrapped the man with his shadow fingers and Gopal ran down and cuffed the man. We did it, Berjaya. They all shouted together. Observation room. Complete. They did well. Very fast. I'm quite impressed. Principal Nizu chimed. But these two haven't moved since I last looked. Oh, they finally moved. And at high speed. Complete. Oh, what did these two do to complete so fast? Both men questioned. Battle center. Boboiboy and Ying. Boboiboy. Let's head back. Ying asked her friend. Give me a second. He transformed into his wind element and blew away all the smoke. Okay, let's go. The two casually walked back to the main exit and found a gawking present Mick. How did you do IT so fast? We train every now and then, the boy happily replied and skipped away. But that doesn't explain how you managed to defeat a pro hero so quick. The man's question was left unanswered. The two teenagers seemed to be unaffected by the man's ear-piercing shouting, walked away and left the man behind. Let's head back to Principal Nizu's office. I'm sure he's waiting for us. Once they were a little further away from President Mick, Ying complimented her friend. That was amazing, Boboiboy. Hee. Thank you. Principal Nizu's office. Congratulations, everyone. Your results are impressive. We are happy to have you here learning in this school. The principal congratulated. Do you have any questions before we disperse? The five of them started to push and nudge one another until Yaya decided to step up and ask for them. Who has the highest score? Good question. For the written exam, Yaya and Ying tied for first with 90% average. The two mentioned made eye contact and suddenly lightning connected their eyes. Don't fight here, Boboiboy got in between the two girls. Hey, Principal Nizu giggled at their interaction and competitiveness, and for the first part of the practical exam, Boboiboy got the highest with a total of 60 points. I told you I was going to win. You're just saying that to make me mad. Anything else you'd like to ask before leaving to get ready for school? One more thing. Yaya paused. We thought about your offer on the custom equipments more thoroughly, and so we were wondering if we could still have some made. Get ready for school. One more thing. Yaya paused. We thought about your offer on the custom equipments more thoroughly, and so we were wondering if we could still have some made. I definitely can arrange that for you. Just give me your drawings or information on the equipments. Here, 3 of us would like one each. The other two didn't feel the need to have one. Alright then. I hope that's everything. See you all tomorrow for your first day. Thank you, Principal Nizu. See you tomorrow. At home. After arriving home, all 5 of them sat in the living room to relax together. Way, Boboiboy, what did you do for that plan of yours? Oh, that. Let me tell you. Flashback battle center. Inside building. Boboiboy looked at his watch, seeing that Fang had sent him a message. Okay, they've started. We can start our secret plan. So, what is your secret plan? The girl next to him asked. Earlier, I ran fast and far to split and then came back. Anjin is making sure the smoke stays dense and hard to see through so we can avoid cameras and stay hidden while Dawn is silently scouting for our enemy's position. I'm pretty sure he's found them already. Petter got his watch near his mouth and talked through it. Dawn, have you found them yet? I have. Do I capture him now? Do it now and make it quick. Make sure he can't make a sound and see. We'll be there soon. Yes, boss. The call ended. So. Now we just wait for them to finish and give the signal. Then we sprint out to properly capture the guy. Dawn has sent me his location. Here. So we just wait and act worried, right? Yes. Not even a minute later, Petter received a message on his watch. Time to get this over with. Let's go. And so they sprinted out of the building. Flashback ended. After you gave the signal, we quickly sprinted off to the location that Dawn had the guy wrapped in vines and leaves to the point he couldn't move, speak, or see. So yeah, that's what happened. That's great, Boboiboy. But now, we have to pray that you didn't get caught on any camera even for a millisecond. Yaya smiled innocently. Yeah, innocently. Ha ha ha, you're right. Bonus. Now, Where are the other camera footages? Why can't I find any of them? Why are the ones that are here corrupted? The only clean footage of those two left in the one recorded on the mini drone we mainly watched through. Someone must have infiltrated the camera and security system. Chapter 6. New Identify. On a calm Monday morning, a green-haired boy was walking to school like he does on any other day, only this time, he was deep in thought. Morning, Deku. A girl's voice broke the boy's trance. Oh, morning, Deku replied after being surprised by the girl. Are you okay? You looked focused. Something's on your mind, the girl asked. It's nothing to worry about, Uraraka. It's just that. It's been almost 2 whole weeks since that incident with the villain, and Aizawa-sensei still hasn't told us what happened to them and who they are. The boy expressed his frustrations. I'm sure they're fine, Deku. They're under police and pro-hero and supervision after all, she assured. Yes, I know that. It just frustrates me that I don't know for sure what had happened to them, especially having someone unconscious with them. But didn't you say that you saw them entering the principal's office the other day? Uraraka brought up. Well, I'm not 100% sure that was actually them. Why would they come here again anyway, let alone go to the principal's office? Don't they have their own school to attend? The brunette dismissed the possibility. Maybe Principal Nizu invited them over to express his gratitude. Maybe. He accepted it as a probable possibility. Let's just head to class, or we might be late. Class 1A, Aizawa-sensei is later than usual. The green-haired boy wondered where the heck is his homeroom teacher. Lisa-kun, did Aizawa-sensei say anything to you? No, he hasn't said anything to me, the class representative, Lead answered. Then, there must be something Goi. Zoo, the door quickly opened and closed with a tired-looking guy coming through it. Back to your seats, the guy ordered. We have some new students joining you children starting from today onwards. You may enter now. The door opened again and 5 students emerged through it and strutted in style. 3 boys and 2 girls. Each of them wore some kind of headwear or eyewear. The girls wore long dark blue skirts that reached just above their ankles, which disappointed some people for some reason. The new students' entrance brought a mixture of shock, surprise, amazement, and disbelief out of the students of Class 1A. The kids, no, the people who saved them not too long ago were going to be in the same class as they were and were also around the same age as they were if they had to guess. How crazy and amazing is that? All right, enough, the man shouted, activating his quirk in the process, making his eyes turn red and his hair float around. Lita, please get them situated with the class. Their desks are outside. The man ordered and then turned to the rest of the class. Anything you want to ask them, ask now. I'm taking a nap. A yellow sleeping bag appeared from under the teacher's desk, so he got in it and hid behind the desk. Not even a second later, the whole class was asking questions. This included questions like, what are your names? How old are you actually? Where did you come from? Why are you wearing long skirts? How were you guys so strong the other day? Leaving them no room to talk. And so, the class representative got to work. Everyone, he shouted, catching everyone's attention. Please quiet down. Let's give them a chance to speak and introduce themselves first. The blue-haired boy nodded to the newcomers, signaling them to begin. Thanks, sorry. What's your name again? The boy with an orange cap asked sheepishly. It's Lita Tenya. Apologize for our behavior. We are pleased to meet you. The pleasure is all ours. Thank you, Lita-san. The boy paused. All right. My name is boboiboy and these are all my friends. Gopal, Fang, Ying, and Yaya. He pointed to the owners of the respective names. We are actually hero transfer students from Malaysia. Our school sent us here to continue our studies and learn what it is like to be heroes from all of you. Yaya, the girl with a pink hijab, continued. Despite being hero students for our 3rd year now, we don't actually have a lot of experience with fighting real villains. Woa, you've been hero students for more than 2 years now, the brunette gasped. But doesn't your school let you do practical work like internships or a work-study program? The girl with dark blue hair and a beanie, Ying, giggled. You'd be surprised. There's actually an extremely low quirk user birth rate in Malaysia compared to most countries. The girl began to explain. Most quirk users are usually absorbed into hero school in their early teens. The Malaysian Hero Commission, or MAWAR as we call it, has people sent all over the country to scout for quirk users that have reached the minimum age or in some cases, even younger. This not only avoids misuse of quirks but also prepares our country in case of a villain outbreak. The point is, meeting a quirk-using villain is a once-in-a-lifetime thing in Malaysia, and unlucky for us, We've met at least 3 of them in our story. The purple-haired boy with glasses simplified ... So, being transferred overseas is like what internships are for you guys. Whoa. I didn't know that there are still quirkless majority countries out there. Yep, and we're some of the few lucky ones to get quirks there. The boy with the headband inferred. What's the point of you becoming heroes if there are no villains to crush? A boy with spiky blonde hair snickered. Being a hero isn't all about fighting villains. Yaya began. It's about the people who need help and protection. It's all about using our quirks to make the world better and safer for everyone. The whole class was quiet and was listening intently to the girl's response. You don't know how many people out there are starving because they're in a state of war or suffering from natural disasters caused by human activity. So everyone, let's strive to be heroes who will make a change to the world for the better. After the girl's unintentional speech, the blonde boy scowled quietly at his seat while the others were emotionally moved by it. Cafeteria ... It was now time for lunch. The friends of 5 had just received their food and were now looking for a table to sit at. Unfortunately for them, they were bombarded with more questions after the last class before lunch and went a little late, so all the tables were already occupied by the time they arrived. Where are we going to sit? The youngest of the 5 asked, feeling disappointed looking at the cafeteria. Don't know. All the tables are already taken, replied the orange-capped boy, feeling disappointed as well as the others. Guys, over here, a boy with green hair called out to them from far to the right side of them. Hey, isn't he one of our new classmates? Let's hear what he wants. The girl in pink directed her friends to where the boy was sitting. Hi, Deku, was it? Yes, I guess. The boy stuttered. You guys should sit with us. There's still room here. Are you sure? We don't want to bother you or anything. Are your friends fine with it? Yaya asked, making sure that they were all fine with it. Yes, I'm sure of it. They are all fine with it. Right, guys? The boy looked back at his friends. We don't mind. A girl with brown hair answered cheerfully. I have no problem with it, the blue-haired boy from earlier replied. Thanks, guys. We really appreciate it. Boboiboy expressed their gratitude for his friend group while taking their seats. Sorry to ask this. What are your names again? The forgetful boy asked sheepishly. The blue-haired boy instantly stood up with his right hand, making a chopping motion. Oh right, we haven't properly introduced ourselves yet. I am Lita Tenya, class representative of Class 1A. Welcome to UA High School. The boy welcomed them. And I'm Yuraraka Akako. We're both Deku's friends. The brown-haired girl excitedly introduced herself. Right, I'm Midoriya Izuku. The brunette reintroduced himself. Pleased to meet all of you. Right back at you. Gopal happily replied with finger guns pointing towards the boy before he started eating. I know that you're all fine now, but there's something I've been meaning to ask. Deku, now known as Midoriya Izuku, waited for permission to continue. Go ahead, ask away cheerfully aloud. When all of us first saw you back during that incident, why was Boboy so roughed up ... At that moment, the gang of 5 simultaneously stopped eating and eyed each other with semi-wide eyes, having the same thought in mind. Didn't think we had to answer this question this early. Let me answer this. The Ravenet spoke up and ended his friend's weird behavior. All eyes and ears were now on him. He knew he couldn't afford to mess this up, and his friends were all counting on him to tell the correct story. He inhaled and exhaled before beginning. You know how Yaya made that motivating speech this morning? They all quietly nodded. Well, she was fully speaking from experience. He paused. A very recent one, actually. A villain attacked our school in search of Boboiboy. At the time, all the students had just returned home to enjoy the holidays. Only the teachers and school staff were around during the attack, so they alerted us of the villain. The villain searched for him because he is one of the strongest hero students at maximum power, and the villain had the quirk to absorb energy from people. The stronger you are, the more energy you have, the bigger target you are. He sipped some water before continuing. Long story short, we didn't follow school orders and went to school grounds, fought, lost, and got separated. Me, Ying, and Yaya, with the backup from the Hero Commission that later came, evacuated villages and towns we predicted he was going to attack, while these 2 went into hiding and did some intensive training while looking into ways to defeat the villain with an ex-teacher and pro-hero that we were originally told to look for. An ex-teacher of yours? One of them asked. Well, no, we weren't around when he had taught the school, so we didn't know what he looked like, but we were told of where he could be. He took another sip of his drink. After a month, we got back together and fought him for the final time. Boboiboy had created a new move on a whim that took up a huge amount of his energy to counter the villain and managed to defeat him, so Boboiboy fainted from exhaustion, and our guardian for the internship thought it was better if we started the internship a little early and sought medical help from a more developed country since our school was completely destroyed and hospitals were fully occupied with victims from the attacks. So he teleported us, and we appeared within UA boundaries, while he dealt with legal stuff for it, and so that's how it came to be. By the time Fang finished telling the story, they were surrounded by slightly more people than when he had started. Everyone gave a look of awe. Whoa, that's some real stuff you went through there. A boy with yellow hair and a black streak applauded. Oh, I'm Kaminari by the way. That's so manly, bro. Another boy but with red spiky hair said it this time. And I'm Kirishima. You guys are so cool. Your rocker screeched excitedly. Hold on, you actually fought a villain right before you came here? Midoriya asked in full surprise. He received hums and yups from the 5 people, confirming the story. Actually, your story didn't really answer my question. It actually created more. The others didn't say anything, so he continued. You said you fought together. Then, why was Boboiboy the only one that looked rugged up when you appeared? Wouldn't all of you look roughed up as well since you basically said he was the strongest out of you 5? Oh, about that, Ying interrupted. The 3 of us actually got captured during his last attack. So, while Gopal was freeing us, Boboiboy had already started fighting the villain on his own and he was losing until right before we came to back him up. Then he defeated the villain. Since he used up all his energy for the final blow, he fainted and fell into a frozen river. The rest of us didn't actually fight the villain all that much. He fought the most, so he got hurt the most. So, yeah, that's why. Oh, that explains a lot. Thanks. The brunette thanked. Oh, and speaking of attacks, what are your quirks actually? Mine is speed. The speedy girl answered. So you shall be my competitor then. I have engines on my calves that increases my speed. Lita interrupted. I'll take on that challenge. Don't be disappointed if you lose by a lot. You're on. The girl in pink giggled, seeing their interactions. Hahi. Well, I can control the gravity of a small range of area around me. That's why I can fly and make strong punches. Oh, you can control gravity? Me too. The brunette exclaimed. But I can only make the things I touch off zero gravity and deactivate it later on. Cheer up. I'm sure there are a lot of ways you can apply it in. Well, I can control shadows and make semi-living creatures out of it. The Ravenette continued. So that's what those black things that was holding the Nomu were. The brunette enlightened everyone. Nomu. It's the creature you took down Almsat 2 weeks ago. That's what the villains called it anyway. The boy shrugged. I can turn things into food. Watch this. He put a tissue and shouted food transformation, before it turned into a pretzel. Sorry to ask this, but how would your quirk be good for fighting, or in any type of hero work? Generally speaking, Lita asked. Haish, you know those robots you fought in the entrance exam? He received some nods. 2 turned their material into thin crackers, and I easily smashed through them. And for other types of hero work, like rescue and capture, I can turn things to jelly to use them as rescue nets, or trampoline and gum as a capture weapon. The boy received claps of applause and positive feedback from his new classmates. It's all about being creative with your quirk, and I can turn back the things I changed to its original form, so no harm done there. Pardon for my rudeness then. So what's your quirk, Boboiboy? We've never gotten to see yours yet. The brunette wondered eagerly. The boy in question hummed and closed both of his eyes. I guess you have to wait and find out. The boy opened a single eye which shone silver before closing it again and opened both of his eyes. Lunch is almost over anyways. We should get to class. To that. He received some sad ahs and pleases. Pores. Unfortunately, our new friend Boboiboy here is correct. Let's clean up and head back to class. We don't want to be late. Aw, dang. Geez, that was tiring. Keeping an act and being composed and all that other stuff, and they ask so much questions. Gopal expressed his frustrations. I'm sure it'll get easier once we're used to it. Yayo assured. Yalor. They just happen to ask a lot of questions because we're new and foreign to them. It'll die. Doin' with time. Ying added. Hoo. Why did the Admiral had to send us that huge block of text of instructions and all that other details in that file as well? Hoo. The boy cried. Just follow the orders. He did get all that legal stuff done so that we're not constantly being watched or maybe even sent to prison. The Ravenet paused, and I'm still surprised that Mawar, Malaysian Hero Commission, even helped us with legalizing our existence in this world. It's probably have to do with the fact that our admiral also appeared out of thin air and needed legal documents as well to do things, and being a hero, the orange-capped boy answered, equals M makes sense. Bonus. Sunday, 12:00 a.m. Cadets, here is your official cover-up story and background along with certified documents to prove your backstory. The institutions mentioned in the files are all real and had agreed to create your profile along with proving your existence. 2. Make sure to print out all the documents and read through the cover story file, all important details of your new identities and every detail about the institutions you are with are in the as well. 3. You may create or tell stories of yourselves based on these lines. You are a Maktab Renda Kapuran Mawar Mr. Hero School students that were scouted at the end of the age of 12 plus and got absorbed into the system at the age of 13 plus. All of you came from an isolated but developed island in the waters of Malaysia. Act like your identity. Don't slip. Admiral out. End of chapter 6. I hope you all enjoy these 3 parts mini-series. But don't worry everyone, I will continue this series in the future when he or she upload more chapters, which mean this is not the end yet. I actually enjoy this fanfiction. This is so far the finale or not, it depends what would happen to this fanfiction. Link down to the comments, if you want to read the rest of the story, or not, I technically ended already. I hope you all enjoy. Goodbye.